All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about a huge digital wave that's completely changing the game for online shopping in India. It's super interactive, it's fast, and honestly, it's becoming the new way to shop. So, what if your online shopping felt more like you're watching a live show? You're scrolling on your phone, but instead of just looking at boring, static pictures, you're actually tuning into a live event. Well, that's not some far off idea. It's exactly what's happening in India right now. Okay, so what is this thing really? It's called live commerce. And honestly, it's a genius mashup. Think of a live stream you'd watch on social media, but now you can instantly buy the stuff you're seeing. It's part shopping, part entertainment, it's the whole package. And let me be clear, this is way more than just slapping a buy now button onto a video. No, this is a total game changer. It's where shopping stops being a chore and becomes a form of entertainment. It's about connecting with a brand and really experiencing it, not just, clicking a button. Just think about how different this is. The old way of e-commerce, it's a one-way street, right? You look at some flat pictures, maybe read a few reviews, and then you buy. Kind of lonely. But live commerce, it completely flips the script. You're getting live demos, you can literally ask a question and get an answer right then and there. It's a real conversation. So, as you can imagine, this new way of shopping is, well, it's just exploding in India. Let's get into the numbers behind this whole revolution, because trust me, they are pretty mind-blowing. Okay, get ready for this. We're talking about a market that's projected to be worth between 4 and 5 billion US dollars, and that's just by 2028. That is a gigantic market being built from the ground up in just a handful of years. But that huge number, that's only half the story. The really wild part is the speed. We're looking at a projected growth rate of over 50% year after year. I mean, that's not just fast, that's lightning in a bottle kind of growth. So why? Why is this taking off so fast? This quote here, I think it just hits the nail on the head. We as consumers don't just want to buy stuff anymore. We want to connect, we want to engage, we want to see it in action before we commit. It's about trust. So what exactly is fueling this fire? What's lighting the fuse on this incredible growth? Let's break down the key drivers, because they've created a kind of perfect storm. Okay, so you can see it all laid out here. First up, you've got the whole digital India movement, which built the highway for all this to happen. Then you have the rise of influencers, people we trust more than some slick, polished ad. A huge one is content in regional languages, which lets brands reach way beyond the big cities into these smaller but super important towns. And finally, don't forget that feeling of instant gratification. You see it, you want it, you get a special deal right now. That's a powerful mix. All right, so the demand is clearly there, but how does it all actually work? What's the tech behind it? Let's take a look at the platforms that are really powering this whole thing. This is where companies like IKIBOR Live step onto the stage. You can think of them as the engines driving this revolution. They give creators and brands all the tools they need to go live and host these awesome sessions. It really turns a sales channel into a platform for storytelling. And you know what's great? For the sellers, the whole process is super straightforward. It really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, you go live. Second, you show off your products, just be real about it. And third, and this is the secret sauce, you actually build relationships with your customers, live, in the moment. Now let's flip it around. For us, the shoppers, the appeal is so obvious, isn't it? You get to see the product in action, not some photoshopped image. You can ask your questions right away. And the big one, you get a real, authentic human connection, which is something that's been totally missing from online shopping for years. Okay, so with all this crazy momentum, you have to ask, where is this all going? What's next? Let's peek over the horizon at the future of live commerce in India. Now, this is a number you're gonna want to remember. The prediction is that in just the next 5 years, live commerce could account for 20% of all online sales in India. That's 1 out of every 5 rupees spent online. Just wow. So if you look at the timeline, we are right here at the very beginning of the big boom. The next 5 years or so, that's when we'll see mass adoption, where it just becomes normal for everyone. And down the road, get ready for things to get even crazier with AI and augmented reality making the whole experience even more immersive. Which really leaves us with a fascinating final thought. The line between entertainment and retail is basically disappearing. So the big question isn't just, what are you going to buy next? It's, what are you going to be watching next?